Alright, so the project at hand here that I'm going to attempt to do is upgrade this motorcycle lift to the air, like everybody else has done with the Harbor Freight 12-ton jack. A little bit of overkill, as everybody says. I'm going to try to do everything you see here. I'm going to try reusing this spring. So that means I'll have to drill a little hole right here. Get my big fingers out of the way. Drill a little hole there. And probably take this out and use this. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use these plates right here. This here is going to sit right on this. And I'm going to drill a couple holes right here, right here, right here, and right here, and just bolt it through. And then I'm going to use this side where that hole's at right there. I need to drill that out to a 5/8. And I'm going to try to mock this design right here. And hopefully I can get it to where measures up. I'm not too worried about if the jack wants to go too far. I just want to make sure it goes up to at least that height right there where the safety bar can go in. Generally, I take it up higher than that to where it's almost level, but I still put the safety bar in there that way if it creeps off. And actually, there's nothing really wrong with the old setup. This jack has gotten to the point where it is kind of seeping off a little bit now. Now, I've had this motorcycle lift for 8-9 years now. Well, probably a little bit longer because, yeah, somewhere around there. I don't think quite 10, but somewhere between 8 and 9. So I'm going to try this modification. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to use a cutoff wheel, cut this off, drill, and then I'm going to try to cut this out so it'll be an eyelet just the same as these to go in that right there. And hopefully this will all work. I'm probably going to take the spring off. I don't think I need that. And my other hopes is that I can use the actual foot to lower it. I've seen a video where a guy did that. This part here is going to be eliminated. I'll probably still leave it there. That way if I ever go back to the old system, it's still there. So that's what we're going to attempt to do this afternoon here. So bear with me. And we'll go ahead and drill this out to the 5/8, and then I'll use that as my mock. Alrighty, so here I've got my two gossips here. They're hot. I used a plasma cutter to do this, try to work these. They don't look like much, but they're substantial. They'll hold up. I couldn't get a very good cut on them. So this one's hot. This one looks a little better. I did a little better on this one. But we're going to try them. They fit the 5/8 bolt. So now the next thing is to figure out where they're going to go on the back of this jack. And we may be in a little bit of business here. Again, I'm not a fabricator, I'm not a welder, but I'm just trying to make something easy for myself here, and I believe it'll hold up just fine. We got the jack, got the plate on it, drilled holes in it, we'll put bolts in it, hold it in place, because that don't need to be welded in any way, shape, or form other than on the back of that thing. So anyway, let's move on to the next thing. Not too bad for a... Alrighty, a little bit of a recap here. I had to reconfigure this thing. So, had to go with the kind of the idea of another YouTuber, the way he did his. So, what we got here is a plate. And I got it'll bolt right on the bottom here of the jack. And slide in these two holes here, here and here. And the idea behind this is this pin right here will actually rest up against these. I had to cut them eyelets off. And probably the only other thing I got to figure out, and I think I'm going to reuse this setup right here with the spring. and continue to use the foot pedal. I think that's how we're going to try to figure this out. But anyway, it's starting to get late on me, so I'm going to call it a night, and I'll return, hopefully to finish this up tomorrow to get home from work early enough. So I think we're on to something here. I think something's actually going to work for me. And yes, that is horrendous welding, but it ain't coming off there, I can tell you that. You can see I got good penetration because it went clear through to the back. There's where I had welded the old, I mean, it looks terrible, but nobody's going to see it anyway. No one will ever know the difference but me, and of course you guys now. But anyway, stay tuned for the rest. Alright, so we now have the end of the jack, which has been a little bit because I got my hose off a little bit trying to make it work. I did put a T on this. I probably will put some paint on it eventually. And see, it goes in here kind of crooked. I had, not proud of this, had to do 2 holes there. And then I just had to do this against my better judgment. Make that little notch. There's still plenty of metal there that's not going to hurt anything, and that's solely for this to work. So so as you can see, turn it, go down. See here on the inside, turn it back. I don't know if I'm getting a good enough angle here for y'all to see this or not, but turn it back. And then I always just make sure, give it a little more twist there, just to make sure as I'm starting to take it up. So that actually probably could have been cut out just a little bit more, but I don't want to cut any more than I have to, just because. So I mean, people act like this thing's lifting freaking 3,000 pounds or whatever. It's not. That's 800 pound motorcycle plus whatever this deck weighs, probably about 150 pounds. So seems to be doing okay. I've had the bike up on several times, but this thing kept binding up against this, and I don't see no other way other than drill another. And then I got too many holes right here. I don't want to weaken that anymore than I already have. So we're going to let it go at that and see how it works, and we'll put the bike up on here and try it out again. Stay tuned. Okay, I have to make this quick. My battery's about dead. So this seemed to work good. It's down all the way. I'm able to tighten it now. Lift it up. There it is. And part of the reason why I want to put this T on here, so you got a little more control when you let it down. If you let it down fast, she'll take off. See, that's pretty fast. See, the bike's going all the way down. And I can turn that. There it is. And it should take back off. We're just going to put it up high enough we can put the safety bar in here. Oh, got another crank or two. Now we'll put her down on the safety bar. There we go. So all in all, out-of-pocket cost, I think I might have mentioned this earlier in the video. The rod cost me, I think, 20 bucks. The pump cost 119. Other materials I had around the house here to make the plate, the weld, everything. I had all that. Not anything real difficult. I was looking at the bowing of this rod there, but it ain't hurting anything. I'm gonna go with it for a while, just monitor, keep an eye on it, and it don't end up bearing on when it's up. See, it don't even hardly move as I'm shaking everything. So anyway, appreciate everybody checking this out. Hopefully you enjoy. Okay, so there you go. Sorry this video is probably going to be a little choppy, and I started doing the pump one way. Sorry the compressor's running in the background. Started to do it one way without having to modify the lift at all, other than the linkage to put it down. And it didn't quite work out because it wouldn't allow the jack to go down, bottom out, to where the table was level on the frame of the jack, the stand or whatever. So I had to go with one of the other guys' plans that he put on there. He actually did a little better job than what I did, because he didn't have to notch that out for that rod for the to let the jack down. But all in all, I think it's going to be just fine. I didn't take much out of it, maybe I don't know, maybe half an inch there or so. But anyway, not really ideal what I want to do, but that ain't nothing compared to what I've seen some of these guys do theirs. So, and I'm not using this for commercial use. I mean, it's only just personal use. And every once in a while, somebody bring their bike by and want to change oil or something, and don't have no problem with that. But yeah, it's just for personal use, so it's not an everyday lift. So, all right, appreciate y'all hanging out and checking out the video. If you like what you see here, if you don't mind, hit the like button and maybe subscribe if you feel like it. Thanks for watching.